Woo. Howdy, howdy. Good morning, everybody. All right. All the new subscribers are awesome. And all the people who started this with me. There's people I see in the chats that were with this channel when I had 1 subscriber. I remember those. I see those people. And it's great. I'm really excited to see this channel grow. And it just, helps to know that we are on the right track to do what we have to do to get this place rolling again. Anyways, I am working on some stuff on, which I call saucy material, on my Rumble channel that has to do with what's going on in Arizona and other things. So I will link that stuff in the comments in the description of this video. There is some really, really interesting stuff on there. So if you got time, check it out and give me a sub on there. We're going to build this other alternative platform up, and we're going to show these Marxist people who are trying to take over America and ruin this place what we can do with just people, with our voice. So we got to do that while we still got the chance. We better make it count. All right. Well, let's get to a few articles, and we're going to stumble over a few words on top of that at the same time. There's going to be some code, and there's going to be trying to figure out, and I'm going to look funny as I do this. But, all right, let's roll on with it. There is a video that I've cut right now that is going to be on Rumble here in a little bit. Yuma County school board member set to plead guilty for some stuff that happened in 2020, and there's crimes of moving a lot of something. Anyways, here we go, and and it has to do with that movie Dinesh D'Souza, and so that's just the intro to it. I can't read anything about it. There's a video that I'm cutting to that, so that'll be on Rumble, by the way. Link in the description. But what we can talk about a little bit is Thomas More Society. It files lawsuits against the E-word officials in Wisconsin's 5 largest cities over the illegal use of places that they put papers. Okay, we can work with me here, and I'll read a little bit about this right quick. The Independent.
Well, a lot of you folks out there have been asking me.
Well, I mean that's double task over here. Independent checkings in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania this year revealed that 7% of these documents were placed into containers in the 2020 E-word, and they were not obtained rightfully by the law. Okay? The Gateway Pundit, 100% fed up, and MC4IE recently released numerous clips of these people that are moving all these products at one time in Detroit, Michigan, and the 2020 not by the legal way of placing documents into containers several times with numerous documents. We are releasing new video Friday of Detroit document movers in the 2020 E-word, and of course True the V, Catherine Engelbright, Greg Phillips, and Dinesh D'Souza recently released this movie that I'm not even going to say the name of, but there's 2,000 of them, and I know that a lot of farmers back in the day would use mules to do farming anyhow, which reveals how Democrats stole this whole thing that had to do with these things that were put into these containers. I hope that AI has a hard time with that one. Anyhow, just to let you know, so I'll link the article in the description so you can actually read the real words, and it talks about what's going on in the lawsuits. Will they prevail? We don't know, but it sets precedents. It shows what's going on. It doesn't leave it unexposed. So that's a plus. Doesn't mean we're going to win every battle, but you have to put up resistance or you're not going to get anywhere at all. Let me get back to this other article right quick. And I'm optimistic. I think that things, I mean, I really do think that we're going to be doing some big stuff. I'm on this, and I'm watching this, and I'm seeing people stand up. I call people up for mail order parts, not brides, but mail order parts for vehicles. And sometimes I'll get on a phone and it's a recorded line, and I'll start spouting off about what happened in 2020 because it's recorded. And the dude on the other end is all about it. He has to wait till they get off the recorded section before he can be like, yeah, man, yeah. And so there is a ton of people all across the United States who are just really, really, really understanding what's going on. That's a really good thing. That is a wonderful thing. So let's talk about Trump-endorsed AZ gubernatorial frontrunner Carrie Lake. She's the primary opponent. She says, I will agree to allow you to have all the questions in advance, grow a spine, and debate me. Man, this is awesome. She's, dude, that's a strong woman right there. That right there is what the left is scared to death of. They talk about they want equality. What they want is equality in stupid, dummies, retardies. They don't want people to be strong and empowered, have a brain and strength in their own thoughts. That scares them to death. This is what we're all about. We celebrate a woman like this that's standing up and taking lead and taking charge. And we're not intimidated by that at all. Matter of fact, we embrace that. That's our side. Come on over, by the way, if you're a lefty. You won't be demoralized. You won't be made to wear pink Kool-Aid hair and wear skinny jeans just so we'll like you. No, you can come in however you look, and we're going to think you're all right. Just as long as you're free and fair and you don't want to take anybody's freedom of speech. So, check it out. We're fun people over here, y'all. But anyways, this front runner Kari Lake, dude, is just, man, on fire. She's always got the excellent. The media doesn't want nothing to do with her because she makes them look like retards. But Lake is the front runner governor for the other candidates and afraid she will expose the liberal records and weak the stances on an election. Kari Lake is a true political outsider, and she has made getting to the bottom of these things that happened in 2020 the focal point of the campaign. Gateway Pundit reported that Kari Lake is the only Republican candidate for governor that has agreed to defend her positions in the AZ GOP debate stage. Yes. And when her picture, she's looking like she's ready to get somebody. You have to check the article out. As far as like legally and fairly and by the law. And anyways, So I got another couple of things we'll talk about real quick here. And in the meantime, I'd like I say, just thank you all so much. Okay, so this is where we're talking. I think we all know that this whole weird regime and this whole left thing and this whole LGBTQ thing is a really, really, really invasive thing. It's a slippery slope. And I don't know if anybody remembers this or not, but back in a few years ago, there was a guy named Larry Nassar. And he was involved in actually being I think he was I'm going to read the article, and I haven't read the article yet. We're reading this together. I'm working, so I don't have time to, we'll do this as we go. I'm just going to recall a few things that I remember, and we're going to read the article and see how much I can remember at the end of this. So he was involved in care for Olympic gymnastic females, lots of females, and they were all young females. And come to find out, this man was abusing these females in a way that was, it was some abuse involved. How about that? I'll just leave it at that, because YouTube and the bots love to just ride on my back. Well, anyhow, a lot of things didn't get looked at, and he didn't get what was deserved. And there's Biden's Justice Department decides not to press charges against the FBI agents in the botched Larry Nassar case. And I'll link the article in the description. And if you got time, do some duck going about Larry Nassar and what some of his things were on, how long he'd been up to this, and how long it was suppressed, and all the things that were behind it to make it that none of this information got out until it finally came to the point where nobody could hide it anymore. The Justice Department is closing its review to the two former FBI agents who botched the investigation of Larry Nassar, the doctor who assaulted dozens of girls and women, including some of the nation's most prominent gymnasts. Is in an unassigned statement late Thursday, the department said it had decided not to bring charges against the former agents, and after receiving a recommendation from experienced federal prosecutors who sifted through the evidence and analyzed the issues. One of them is Kenneth Polite, and the Assistant Attorney General in charge of the criminal investigation, who brought fresh eyes to the issues of the part because he was not involved in the earlier decisions in that matter. While the Justice Department Office Inspector General has outlined serious concerns about the former agents conducting their Nassar investigation, and also described how evidence shows that during the interviews in the years after the events and the questions former both agents appear to have provided inaccurate or incompetent information to investors and principals for federal prosecution. So, just in case, by the way, all the new subscribers, I'm an auto technician and I run this garage myself, and it stays really busy. Okay, new subscribers since y'all got, so we got these, there's 3 stalls, there's 2 here, 3 there. That's my one work stall / studio. We've got another section over here with the lifts and all that, and I've got another big lift over here on that end of the, so it's just, there's a lot of stuff going on over here. I've got a big old parking lot full of vehicles, and I do a lot of major repair work. I just got done in the past couple weeks. We've swapped out 3 motors. I've got 2 or 3 more to put in. I've got to change a motor in a 2012 Kia Sportage. So a lot of times I'll be doing these videos in the middle of it. I'll get a phone call or a customer that pulls up. Anyhow, so we're back to what I was talking about, Larry Nassar and the botched FBI case. Check this out. So here's the thing. Let's just tie this in, and we'll go there. I haven't talked much about what happened with Uvalde, but there are reports and video coming out of possible FBI agents that were there way before police got there. Once this all started going down, parents tried to intervene because the police wouldn't do anything at all. They pretty much stood down, allowed the shooter to be in there for a long time before they did anything at all. They had to call in a whole other department. And what's strange about it is because they quoted to being ill-equipped for such a situation. And then there's some other things that just don't make any sense. There are parents that were going to go in there, and you know, to me, if they're children, and you have all right to protect your children, if nobody else is doing anything, then you can. It's up to you. And these police were holding people back, and there's some really strange occurrences when it comes to how the FBI is involved in this whole thing. Now, I'm not going to make any claims yet, but I just want everybody to watch and see what's going on. Plus, to the fact is, my heart goes out to those poor innocent people and the children that were harmed in other ways. It's absolutely terrible. So I'm not supporting anything at all. All I'm getting at is we've got an issue where these people are mentally unstable in doing this. It's ramping up quite a bit. I really believe that there is some other driving force behind this, and it could be a long game played by not properly, you know, by messing up society. I don't know what's causing it right off. I often wonder if there's some sort of algorithm that can seek out these weak-minded people, and they stay on the Twitters and the TikToks and the Facebooks, and then all they end up getting is a bunch of propaganda pushed their way to kind of shove them over the edge, and that AI can do that. You know, I don't know, but all I know is there are some really, really strange things happening when it comes to the circumstances of what happened in that awful, awful, tragic event. So we'll get away from that a little bit. We're going to keep our eye on that. Then we can really make an educated decision. And for that being said, I have no stance so far as other than I have. When I say no stance, I mean I'm not taking the side of that shooter. I'm just saying there's something strange going on with these kids to make them that mentally unstable. We'll leave it. All right. So, another one bites the dust. We'll get away. We're going to the great rhinoceros herself, Liz Cheney. Fully boosted, fully jabbed, test positive for Happy Fun C. And anyhow, and Gavin Newsom lashing out at Governor Abbott, and I'll get off of that too. I'm just sort of reading through articles right here. And by the way, documents reveal secret U.S. plans for apocalyptic scenarios when president may activate wartime powers for national security. All that they're talking about there is there's a chance that if they can create a large enough conflict, then they can actually cancel elections. I don't know. We're not going to go there. I'm just saying we need to really take a big look at what Soros is up to and his involvement with trying to get us there. So yeah. Anyhow, I'm going to link in the description the video that I've loaded on my Rumble of that I cannot put on here, but you really need to see what happened. It involves Yuma County and a lot of stuff about to come out. So thank you very much. Lots of love. God is in control, and we are winning.